EUROBAROMETER results to tell you how much they should look at it and how much we need to share these results with the policymakers in order to push them in the right direction. So the results of the Eurobarometers, you will be happy to know, are the following. But before to know the results, you need to know what is the Eurobarometer. The Eurobarometer is a survey which is performed regularly by the Commission on different topics. And this time they did one on rare diseases. It was performed in November and December 2010 with the interview of 26,000 citizens. That means 1,000 in every country, except in Luxembourg, Malta, and Cyprus, where they interviewed 500 citizens. And that covered the 27 member states. So it's very robust results. The first good news, because it's mostly good news, that survey, in fact, it says that Europeans have a relatively accurate understanding of what rare diseases are, but still they need to know a little bit more about rare disease and to be a bit more aware. Concretely, 63% of the Europeans correctly define what rare diseases are as a disease affecting few people. And only 14% of them says that there are conditions for which nobody can do anything about or that nobody cares about. So we're in a pretty very good shape in terms of at least raising that general awareness. When looking more at the specific awareness, that's less good. The level of familiarity with specific diseases can be high, like for cystic fibrosis or hemophilia. It's 3 out of 5 Europeans who know about that disease, at least they recognize the name. But when you go a bit deeper, like osteogenesis imperfecta or progeria, nobody knows. The Europeans are also telling us, 90% of them, say that they are unaware of the real problems faced by people suffering from rare diseases. So we should have had 90% of the European citizens in that room today to hear our testimonies and presentations in order to know a little bit more, but they have the occasion to do it on the web now if they want. But no, more seriously, we need to do much more in that area. A very, I think, important figure for me is that one out of 6 Europeans, so 17%, 1 out of 6 Europeans, says that they know personally someone affected by a rare disease. And in addition, there is 13% who know somebody who is suffering from a rare disease. So altogether, it means that we have 30% of the population in Europe of 15 years old and more who know personally or who have someone in the family who is affected by rare diseases. That's very strong when you speak to policymakers. The second big summary of this survey is to say that European public express strong support to policy initiatives linked to rare disease, both at the national and European levels. You will be happy to know that there is very strong support, 96%, of the citizens saying that national health authorities should provide specific support to people suffering from rare diseases. And that you have 93% of the citizens in Europe saying that the medication for rare diseases should be fully reimbursed. Okay, I have to say that in the survey, the amount of money was not mentioned. Similarly, there is a widespread support for policy initiative aiming at increasing the cooperation at European level. 93% of the Europeans are supporting that European cooperation, saying that this is the way forward for rare diseases, and also that national member states should introduce national strategies on rare diseases. In fact, 41% of them agree, and 49% tend to agree. So overall, if I'm correct, it makes 90% of the citizens who say that we should have national policies on rare diseases. Regarding access to care in another member state, something we have discussed this morning, 95% of the European citizens say that it's important and that it should be granted. And only 3% of the Europeans oppose to that. Last summary of this survey is that there is an overwhelming majority, and I will not go through the detailed results, an overwhelming majority of respondents in every member state, usually it's 90% and more, who says that there should be more money, so more resources allocated to various actions which tackle rare diseases in areas such as research, research cooperation, easier access to drugs, easier access to laboratory tests, giving support to families, and giving support to patient organizations. So that's very strong. You can find all these results on the website of the European Commission, either on the DG Health and Consumers part of the website, or you type on Google EUROBAROMETER, and then you type health, and then you access to it, and you will find information in every languages. It's presented for the European results, but also for each country. And you can also go on EURORDIS website, where we will put a link so that you can have access easily to it. I'm sure that Paloma will make sure that this happens. So my final conclusions of these take-home messages now is to say that I'd like to paraphrase what our colleague just said at the moment. With this survey, with providing such interesting figure, is measure what is measurable and make measurable what is not yet measurable. That was Leonardo da Vinci. But I'd like to quote someone else, a Nobel Prize winner for economy, Amartya Sen, who said, when you can do something to help other people, you have a duty to do it. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Enjoy your coffee and have a safe journey back. And we'll meet next year for the celebration of the 5th Rare Disease Day.